Well, what a game it's been. India versus Lebanon. India has won the match on penalties. The score is 4-2. Some amazing saves from Gurpreet Singh, and yeah, India are now into the finals of the SAFF Championship. To give some context, India versus Lebanon has always been a tight affair. Now, over 9 matches, India has won three, Lebanon has won three, and three have been drawn. So it was always going to be a tight game. It was precedented, and what a game it was. I have the perfect person with me, Gumpe Rime sir, who's also a goalkeeping coach and a coach educator, to talk about the game today. So, sir, just again, I can't wait to talk to you about this game. It's been so exciting. How are you feeling, sir, right now?
I'm still letting it sink now. Yeah, it was really exciting game. Everyone was looking forward to it, and we were expecting a really tough challenge from Lebanon today. Of course, we beat them in the Intercontinental Cup, but we saw that the lineup there were a lot of changes in the team, and then we expected that they will definitely come with a vengeance, but
Mhm.
we showed the character, and then yeah, we deserve to be in the final.
Yeah.
It was really
In the build up to this game, Sunil Chhetri mentioned that the camaraderie in the camp this time is like on a different level. And I think it showed on the pitch how everyone was going in for the tackles and playing for the team. It was amazing to watch.
Yes, like individuals can win you a match, yeah, and a team will win you championship. If you play as a
Yes.
unit, we can see that the way everyone is complementing each other, right from the goalkeeper to the defense to the midfield to the forward line. Everyone is playing as a team, as a unit. So that's a really nice thing to see. We have after a long time we see an Indian team
Yeah.
who can keep the ball, we can attack, and we can defend as well. So
Yes.
fantastic job.
Yes. Amazing. Amazing. At the start of the game, India were under a lot of pressure, a lot of attacks from the Lebanon side. Gurpreet had to make a save in the 7th minute as well. But they coped up with
Yes.
the pressure, showed the character over there, and then came out with a attacking play as well after that. What do you think about the first half of the game, sir? It was a cagey one, but yeah, what do you think about it?
Yeah, if you see the game, the first 10 minutes belong to Lebanon.
Yes.
Definitely. They started off on a very strong note. And the last 10 minutes of the regulation time belong to us. Like we really stepped up and we really put them on back foot last 10 minutes. And injury time, again, I would say that we were the dominating side in the
Yeah.
extra time. But the first 10 minutes, yeah, crucial save at that juncture from the right side, low drive. Gurpreet got down very well, blocked with his knee, and that was a
Yeah.
big save. I think that could have changed the course of the game,
Yes.
and that save really kept us in the game.
Yeah, there were multiple moments as well on an Indian front as well. Mehtab was playing today. Sandesh Jhingan was not available because of suspension of two cards. He also picked up a yellow card at the beginning of the game. Still, we managed to keep a clean sheet. So, who's your defensive best player today, sir? Apart
I
from
think
Gurpreet, of course.
like in the defensively, everybody contributed. If you see, as we already discussed, the right back and the left back is something which the national coach, he's very comfortable with. He can pick anyone on any given day. Anyone you put him, they are contributing. So everyone is
Yeah.
contributing. So it's a big competition on the flanks. But center back, Mehtab stepped in, and then again these two young blood, definitely the both of them really stood up. I think should not single out one. Everybody played as a group. They really played as a block, and then they were very solid at the back.
Yeah, there were chances on both ends of the pitch, even on the Indian end and on the Lebanon side as well. Jeesan Singh had a chance where he passed the ball. If he would have taken a shot, maybe it would have resulted in a goal. He passed it to Sahal Abdul Samad. So how does the decision making happen, sir? What is the plan in that?
He saw Sahal running, but maybe it could have been ended up as an offside decision, but because he was a little bit off ahead of the last defenders. But I think Jackson was in a very good position where he could have, I think, taken a shot. But maybe he felt Sahal is in a better position to score, so
Hmm.
selfishly he tried to lay it to
Yeah.
Sahal, but defender intercepted.
Yeah, it was a split second decision from Diction, and they make a lot of these decisions on the field. So how do you train for that kind of decision making, sir?
Decision making, it happens in a fraction of second. It comes with experience, and you have intelligent player who can make quick decisions. Sometime you can be selfish and try for a glory, and sometimes unselfishly you try to play it to a better player. But at the
Yes.
moment, Jackson, I think he felt Sahal is in a better position, and he tried
Yeah.
to play it across for Sahal.
Yeah, yeah. Also, a lot of heavy tackles on the pitch. A lot of players on the field receiving injuries. They needed treatment. So, in those situations, when the game stops and starts again and again, what is going on in a player's mind? Like, how do you cope up with that situation? That the break of momentum.
When you play against a strong physical side, you are mentally prepared to deal
Give it.
what's going to come. You are going to face it. And then absolutely our boys were prepared for it, and they were quite handful for the Lebanese guys. They were physically much bigger, taller, but our boys showed character. And then they were also going all out physically with them. So they were matching them, I would say. Rather,
Definitely.
they were at times we look more stronger than them.
It is actually a very amazing to see us going on, not only in a ball playing football manner, but also showing that character and going up against this big team and showing them that we'll not back out. It's very interesting to see from the Indian football team in the recent matches. Yeah. Next question for you, sir. Let's get into the extra time and not waste time anywhere else as such. What is the mindset of a team going into the extra time now, as the extra time comes up?
Extra time always, the if we don't concede again, we don't lose the game, and then we can still go into the tie break. So that's a very tricky situation for any team, both the team. You saw that in the end that the Lebanese goalkeeper caught the ball, and then we could see that
Yeah,
he
held on to
fell
it.
to the
Yeah.
ground and tried to kill a little bit of time, which is quite unexpected from the Lebanese side. But
Mhm.
even everyone is tired by that period after
Yes.
playing 90 regulation 90 minutes into the extra time. Tired legs. Nobody wants to concede at that moment, and if you don't concede, you can score anytime.
Yeah.
So not conceding is something which is always there on the player's mind.
Yeah.
And
This was actually my next question, sir. Like the fatigue kicks in the extra time. The players are tired. This leads to some wrong decisions in the game as well. So is that how do players train for these things? Like how do players train their mind, to go the extra mile in such games?
I think the players are trained to play 90 minutes, and not just 90 minutes, they are trained to play more than 90 minutes, so
Yeah.
that the fitness level is there, and so that we it was good to see that we didn't see anyone falling down with cramps. That was a very good sign to see. It showed that the fitness level is quite good. So otherwise you will see players falling down with cramps, limping up. We didn't see that happening today.
Yeah.
So the fitness level seems to be very high. And then, with the recent appointment of a mental coach with the national team, I think that helps a lot. The mental coach deals with, a lot of counseling takes place between the players and the mental coach individually about how they feel and how they must approach the game. So these things helps them mentally.
This is a very great point and important point that you raised about the mental training of a football player as well. Because at the end of such a intense game, it's about who wants it more, and that's where your mental strength comes in, and you can play better. So yeah, mental coach, or psychological help helps the footballer on the field as well, and it shows in this kind of games. That was a good point, sir. Then let's move on to the penalties. I think I have the best person to right now talk to right now, a goalkeeping coach who's been a goalkeeper for so long. What is your opinion on this penalty shootout, sir? The floor is just open to you.
Uh, Lebanon tried to play a little bit of mind game by changing the
Yeah, at the
goalkeeper, or maybe he's a better shot stopper and a penalty stopper. They tried to play that game, but you know our boys show their experience. The finish were top class.
top class.
No
Yes.
chance for the goalkeepers. And then the first shot by Lebanon, Gulpreet made the save. Again, gives a big moral boost up to the team in a penalty. If your goalkeeper
Yeah.
makes the first save, and it gives a really strong moral boosting message to the teammates. Like, yeah, I made one save, now let's step up. So I think that also helped. Again, in the end, under pressure, they kicked it out, and then we are through to the final.
Definitely. Yes, sir. Just one thing about this. So What is the most important aspect in this penalty shootouts when this penalty shootouts happen? What is the most important aspect for a penalty taker and also for a goalkeeper while thinking about this things?
I think for penalty takers, you can see the experience guys. Mostly the players, they or
Mhm.
mostly choose the side,
Right.
regular side. You don't see many of them keep changing direction of the penalty. Most of them they keep shooting. If you keep hitting in the same direction with a lot of power and accuracy, goalkeeper it's out of reach for the goalkeeper. So, but sometimes a lot of mind game also happens between
Mhm.
the goalkeeper and but with recent change in rules for the goalkeepers not to communicate with the defender too much, with the attacker too much, which we saw in the last World Cup. Martinez was
Yeah.
quite
Yeah.
well and then tried to
Yeah.
intimidate the attacker, and it helped him.
Yeah.
But now with recent change in rule about goalkeepers only stand on the line and not come out, pick the ball or speak to the striker or the
Strike. Yeah.
penalty taker. So this also puts him a little bit in the background. But we can see that Gurpreet was he showed his experience and then calm, composed,
Mhm.
and then did the job for us.
And I definitely think that Gurpreet must have done his homework, studied all the recent patterns of players where they take the penalty kicks. So, do goalkeepers go through all this kind of a training as well?
Yes, of course. We have video analyst with us. We have a very experienced video analyst with the national team. Joy is there, so he will collect all the informations, or and then and send it across to the goalkeeping coach, and they all sit together and watch the videos of who are. If once you get into the knockout stage, definitely the preparation takes place. Watching the video of the previous penalty takers, where do they take, these things
Yeah.
are trained
Yeah.
well in advance.
Yeah.
So, and it helps.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So that's it. That's about the penalties, and now India are through the finals. We face Kuwait again. All signs indicate that India should lift this trophy. Like I would not want us to get overconfident, but all signs indicates that we should win. And I'm very excited for the future of Indian football as such. So, what do you think about the upcoming match, sir? How is it going to pan out? Do you think?
Yeah. Again, we beat them earlier, but
Yeah.
again, Kuwait is a strong side. We cannot forget that they are a strong side. But we are playing at home with the backing of the crowd, huge crowd turning up again. That's a kudos to the Bangalore fans turning out in big number. It really
Yeah.
uh, helps the team to increase
Pick
the
up and
tempo and give more than 100%. So that advantage will be there playing at home ground. And then, as we said earlier, the team which we are playing as a team, as a unit, the
Mhm.
togetherness that we're showing, and the fitness level that they have shown today, I think
Yeah.
these are all good indication that we are the right candidates to lift the trophy.
Definitely, that would be our hopes, sir, to lift the SAP championships and look forward to the next Asia Cup, which is coming at. Our usual question for you now, I mean, it's pretty obvious for today, but who's the man of the match for today, sir?
Yeah, I had two person in mind because I really like the way Jackson marshaled the midfield today. Of
Hmm.
course, unsung hero sometime.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
good another one made that big save in the first 7 minutes, and in the later on from that free kick,
free
he
kick.
made a fantastic save as well. And then in tiebreaker, he made another save, which
Yeah,
helped us to win the game today in the tiebreak. So I think it's 50-50 between Gurpreet and Jackson because I really like the way Jackson played in the midfield with compose, keeping the ball, dictating the tempo, and then making those interceptions, winning the second balls. I think he also deserves
Mhm.
to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I think it's a young player. My man of the match is Jackson Singh.
Wow, Jason Singh. That is actually pretty important to be looked at. He might be overshadowed because of Gurpreet's save, but obviously it was beautiful. But yeah, the midfield played an important part today because they had to break up plays and keep the defense secure as well. So yeah, important part over there. As we were discussing about the match, as we saw when Mahesh came in, the game changed a little bit. So what are your opinions on about Mahesh Singh's performance? He also took a penalty.
Yes, as I said earlier, the first 10 minutes belong to them, and the last 10 minutes, we completely were all over them. It was just after Mahesh's arrival. Mahesh introduction to, the moment Mahesh came
That is
in,
substituted in.
he started, we all know about his dribbling ability and then those pinpoint accurate crosses. And so, the moment he came in, we started attacking more. We started dominating them in attack. And then, of course, coming in the second half, last minute, playing extra time, and then just directly getting a chance to take the penalty. There's a little bit of pressure on him also, but he again showed his coolness and calm, slotted the ball in with no pressure. Like it looked like he never had any pressure, and then
Yeah.
finished the job.
Yeah. Just saw a stat that we had 8 corners in the game, and most of them came in the duration of the game that we are talking about in the last half of the game. So yeah,
Exactly.
definitely Mahesh's introduction was important, and those corners helped us pin down Lebanon in their own half. Yeah. So the set pieces help. Yeah. Anything else that you would want to add to this today's match and how it went? Anything you want to point out from this today's match?
No, no, like as you said, from today's game, if we see the way the Indian team, our team, have been shaping up and playing as a team, multiple options of picking players in multiple positions. Whoever comes in, is showing his
Yes.
effectiveness. So that's a very good sign for us. I think going forward, okay, winning a SAF Cup is another thing, but the real test is the upcoming Asia Cup. So I think this is a good indication that we cannot be taken lightly in the Asia Cup.
Yes. India has sent the message that we are coming for the Asia Cup. Let's talk about a little bit about the Asia Cup as well in the preparations for it. So, what next steps should be taken by the India team after the SAF Cup to prepare better for the upcoming Asia Cup in 2024?
Definitely, we have seen that, every time the coach gets longer period to prepare the team, we have seen the results were always in favor of us. So if you have less time to prepare, again, the preparedness is not there. So I
Yeah.
think I hope the coach get more longer time to prepare the team, and then players also. I think the players also need a little bit of rest because it had been continuous for them. Right after the Indian Super League, our league is over, everybody
Yes.
went for a holiday, but these bunch of players they went for the camp. They stayed in the camp in Orissa for a long time in the hot weather, played the Intercontinental Cup, and immediately to the SAF Cup. But I think they deserve a good break. But keeping in mind that there's a big task ahead for them.
Yes. Come back, refresh, and come back and give their best again in the Asia Cup. Yes. Great, sir. The final is on Tuesday. We'll see you again on Tuesday. Definitely excited for the finals, and hopefully we have get the trophy and secure the SAF championship this time around. So.
Definitely, trophies ours.
That's the spirit, sir. Thank you for joining me tonight.